Is your weakness causing you to act wickedly? It's time to deal with it.
Maker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is still Ogenwadiliora. In case you are new to this channel is all about dreaming again. When dream don't come to pass, what do? You dream again. Today we'll be talking about weakness versus wickedness. Personally, I see weakness as something you have little or no control over, like anger, addiction, and so on. While wickedness, on the other part, I think is an act you carry out on something or someone which causes that person pain. Wickedness, you must not always feel like you are acting wicked for you to be wicked. In fact, you can be fearful and out of that fear act wickedly. For example, when there's some things you know, there are some actions you know you are carrying out because you are afraid of certain people and you are refusing to do the right thing. Are you not doing the right thing? It's hurting someone. You are acting wickedly. Also, you might be deriving pleasure from that action, yet you are acting wickedly. For example, you might be raping someone. To you at that moment, you think it's fun. But actually, you are acting wickedly because your action is causing someone pain. You might be stealing from someone. To you, you're just trying to make ends meet because you feel you have a need. But your action is causing someone pain. Therefore, in that situation, you are acting wickedly. You might be cheating on your spouse and you think you are deriving pleasure. But the truth is that your action is causing someone, which is your spouse, pain. Because any day the person finds out, that person will be devastated. So to you, you are trying to meet a need, what you think is a need. But your action is causing that person pain. You are acting wickedly. A good example is Joseph, when Potiphar's wife approached him to sleep with her. Joseph said, how can I do such a great wickedness against God? Every other person would have seen it as an opportunity. Let me enjoy her. Another person would have seen it like, let me maintain my position. I just want to keep my position. It's not about what he would derive from it, but what will be the resultant effect of his action. One, he said, I'll be doing this wickedness against God. Secondly, I'll be doing this great wickedness against my master. How disappointed would this man be after he has entrusted me with his household? Now, I'm trying to take what belongs to him. Now, I'm trying to lie with his wife. He said it is wickedness. When you say wickedness doesn't mean you must always feel wicked when you are doing it. It might be something at that moment you think you are deriving pleasure, but your action is actually hurting someone. It's causing someone pain. Therefore, you are acting wickedly. You know you will not marry her. You've made up your mind, but you are still giving her the impression that you are interested. You are still building her hope, thereby using her to satisfy yourself at that moment, giving her false hope. You are acting wickedly. Stop. You also as a lady, you know you are not going to marry this man. I'm not saying a situation where you have told him no. You've not told him no. You just keep him as a standby to satisfy your need, to take care of you at the moment, while you know from the depth of your heart, you are not going to marry him. You are acting wickedly. What are therefore the consequences of wickedness? One of them is as stated in the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 22. It said, the wicked will be removed from the land. God hates wickedness. Also in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21, it said, though hand joined to hand, the wicked will not go unpunished. Wickedness comes with some consequences. Therefore, you have to give up that wicked way. How can you stop wickedness? In the book of Isaiah chapter 55 verse 7, it says, let the wicked forsake their ways, and the unrighteous their thoughts. Let them turn to the Lord, and he will have mercy on them, and to our God, for he will freely pardon. The first step to take is to ask God for forgiveness. In any way you've acted wickedly, you are still acting wickedly, against someone, ask God for forgiveness. The next is to deal with that act of wickedness from the thought level, while you are still thinking about it, while it's still a thought. That Isaiah 55 verse 7, if we're looking at the NLT version, it says, let the wicked change their ways and banish the very thought of doing wrong. Say, banish the very thought of doing wrong. As you are still thinking about it, quench that thought. You have the power. As the devil is flashing it into your mind, do this, deal with it at that thought level. Don't let it manifest into action. Stop it at the thought level so that it will not go further from there. The third way to deal with wickedness is to walk in love. Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. If you love that person the way you love yourself, that thing you are doing to that person, will you do it to yourself? If someone else do it to you, will you be happy? No. Therefore, don't do it to another person. The fourth way to deal with wickedness is to ask God for help. Like I say, most of the time, our weaknesses make us to act wickedly. Yes, you are prone to anger. You are saying, yes, I have anger problem. But that anger problem is causing you to hit someone. Whenever you get angry, you beat your wife. Now that weakness is causing you to act wickedly. You are dealing with her wickedly, and God is not happy. This weakness is causing you to act wickedly. Therefore, ask God to help you. Holy Spirit is there to help us. He is our strengthener. He is our helper. You say you can't run this race on your own. I know that you have weakness. God is not ignorant of your weakness. And God is not killing you that you have weakness. But it's not happy that your weakness is making you act wickedly and is causing another person pain. Therefore, surrender that weakness to God. And not just surrendering it to Him. Submit to the Holy Spirit. Submission has to do with obeying Him. Now you've acknowledged you have a weakness, and this weakness is making you act wickedly. Come to God. Submit to Him. God might not always take that weakness away from you like you want, but He will give you an equal power to overcome that weakness. By the time you submit to God, the Holy Spirit take a place in your life that the strength of God begin to overshadow that weakness. After a certain time, you will look for that weakness and you won't see it. That's how you know you've overcome. So therefore, my brother and my sister, I know you have weakness, but that weakness, is it causing you to act wickedly? God is not happy. And not just that He's not happy, He's calling you to give up that wicked ways, depending on His help. He's not saying you should do it on your own because you know you don't have the ability and the power. But He said, depend on me, or surrender yourself to me, and I will take over and turn your weakness into strength. And therefore you will stop acting wickedly. I know you've looked and said, I can't do anything. You can't do anything. But God can do something about it if you give it to Him. He is the potter, you are the clay. Hand over to the potter and let Him shape you the way He wants you to be. Thank you for staying with me today. Until next time, bye.